Yo guys, what am I talking about? What's up, Matt from Upside Mining here. Obviously, I can't speak anymore, and I suck at content creation, but that's okay because it's not really my main focus. I do enjoy doing this YouTube channel and putting some videos out. Unfortunately, since the merge, there really hasn't been a lot of anything exciting to talk about. There's no point in making videos on negative profitability, just for the sake of making content creation. And if you guys know me, I try to be straight and upfront with most people here. But I just wanted to focus pretty much on this recent craze with this entire thing with KASPA. Like everyone's basically saying KASPA is profitable, KASPA is great, blah blah blah, and all this stuff around it. So I'm like, okay, well maybe KASPA is great. Let me just take a look and see what happens. So I recently, if you guys watch Seb's FinTech, I watched one of his videos recently on the KASPA. I'll put a link about how to do this. But I basically have two rigs that I wanted to put on this to see what they would do. Essentially, these are two 1660 Ti rigs with 8 GPUs inside each one of these rigs. Now, as you can see here, it is mining to a nice hash stratum URL, which I generated using, where is it? I'll get the link later for you. But you could generate using NiceHash, you can actually generate a URL using a stratum address. And what I did was I generated a stratum address to, if you want to figure out how to do that, go check out Seb's video. But basically what I did was I generated a stratum address which I set up in the pool, in the miner, to mine directly to. And if you take a look here, I'll just show you here. Let me open this up here. It's KASPA to BTC, so I wanted to get paid out in BTC. I'm doing the Wooly Pooly pool here. And on the miner itself, we're doing a pool server, which will basically go over to this NiceHash here and the port here. So I guess it doesn't really use the pool anymore, so it's a moot point. So the pool itself will become this stratum here, the port, which is SSL port 443, password X or whatever. You basically put in the wallet address, which is the BTC wallet address, and then you put in the worker name in here, and then you put in these two extra arguments. So the core clock of 1470 and a memory clock of 810, and then you basically just go and you assign that to the rig, and you basically start with a core of 200 and just keep going back and back. I found that when I had the core at 200, like in his video for the 1660s TIs, it was basically performing the same as 200. So I dropped this down to 100 for each rig, and you can tell I got two rigs right now on the 1660 TIs. They're both pulling around 1966 1970, very very consistent, and a total of 3.935 gigahash per second on KASPA. And right here it's saying it's doing it 690 watts, which is in the software, which is inaccurate. But I'm going to post a video right now, and you'll see that the actual profitability is much, the actual wattage is much higher than this reported 690. So take a look at this. Okay, so now that you got an actual look at what is running, and that on that circuit, the 240 volt circuit, there's literally only these two rigs running right now. So it's just the two rigs, the server cases with the 8 GPUs each, the fans running inside them, and we're getting around 960 watts actually. And this is on the latest version of LOL Miner as well. So like if you look at the flight sheet here, I'm running this on LOL Miner right here. So we are actually on LOL Miner. We're fully up to date on the LOL Miner. And if I actually take a look, I gotta close it. Let me open a new console up here. So go in here, open a new console up. You'll see that we're in the latest version of LOL Miner, and we're just actually a lot lot less efficient than a lot of these videos and other YouTubers are letting on for some reason. But everyone keeps trying to promote Mine KASPA. Mine KASPA is the most profitable thing. And you know, in fact, one video that Rapid Mining put out a couple days ago specifically pointed on this. And let me just see if I can find that video real quick. Okay, so I found the video here, and a bit of a clickbaity title. GPU mining is profitable again. Wait, that's Radiant, my bad. Let me look him up. I do like Rabbit. I know he's Canadian. There's a lot of Canadian YouTubers, actually. There's Red Panda. I don't even consider myself a YouTuber because I just literally fuck around with creating a video once in a while or at random. So here's it is right here. So LOL Miner makes GPUs great again. I'm not sure if that's Donald Trump is saying that the KASPA or LOL Miners made it great, 1.63. But I put here, I don't know where I even put it. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. I need to bring it up my other browser with my proper account logged in there. Okay, so let's take a look at what I posted here. And it just seems like people just refuse to, they're just
Your hash board is broken. Let us fix it for you in 10 days or less.
Goddamn ads. Okay, so they're just, you know, just trying to find any reason to mine, even when it's not a good reason to mine, and they get so insulted when, you know, they're upset when I say that it's not worth mining. So I said so it's basically the conclusion of this video was that, you know, you make 7 cents per day on a GPU, which you'll find out quickly from in my case, it's not the case at all. And I got roughly 12 cents Canadian per kilowatt hour on average, which is around 10 cents US. So I said 7 cents per day is a joke. We're at a place in time where mining with any GPUs is simply a waste of time, unfortunately. But I do applaud the miner devs for improving their miners. Absolutely, I'm a developer myself, and it's great when software developers take pride and they want to continually push their software to, you know, maximize efficiency and improve upon it and make it better and better and better. So the LOL miner dev, completely awesome for doing this. But regardless of the efforts that were put into it, we're still at a bad spot for most people when it comes to high profitability. When your pennies go up, this guy here, when your pennies go up in $1 and fall into place, I won't turn my nose up at anything. Okay, so that means like, okay, well, it still doesn't make any sense because you can still take that money, put it into an exchange somehow, and then just buy it because you're still losing money. And I'll show you how much I'll actually be losing. At least you got skin in the game at 7 cents better than losing money across all GPUs. See, there's no point in doing that because now you're mining on these GPUs and you're wearing down those cards, you're wearing down the thermal pads. Maybe, like in my case, I'm actually using my GPUs, my rigs, and my ASICs to actually heat my whole house because it's in Canada, getting kind of cold, some negative, you know, temperatures per day now. So it makes a lot of sense to run them to heat the house because I could save on the, you know, the gas bill a little bit, I guess, maybe not a lot, but like because I'm on equal billing, so it doesn't save that much in the end. But it feels nice to know that you're heating the place and you're like making a little bit of coin to do that. And this guy's like, you keep spreading FUD. I'm not spreading FUD. I'm talking facts here. 7 cents per day is nothing. 7 cents per day is absolutely nothing. Like, I don't know what sort of, you know, economic prosperity or economic backgrounds, you know, the viewers here come from. Everyone comes from a wide range of, but 7 cents per day is nothing. That's like $25 a year. You spend more going to Taco Bell ones, and you could just take that. You could, like, if you took that money, okay, let's say you took the money and you bought, you know, say you can't buy that coin in through your exchange, and then you managed to swap the coin to get that other coin that you want. You're much better off doing that than mining it, unless you really believe in a coin and there's no other way to get the coin except mine it. Like, for example, maybe Meow Coin or things like that. Like, I'm mining Meow Coin because I'm kind of spec mining long term, and I have a personal goal. I want to get 100,000 Meow Coin, but I'm not spreading FUD here. It's not FUD. It's a fact. 7% per day is a joke because that's $25 per year. Like, shit, you can just take that and just don't worry about it and just buy the coin because you're not losing much. 25 cents per day is absolutely nothing. And I'll show you right now, it's not actually 7 cents per day. It's worse than that. And most people on average, I don't think their GPUs are going to actually make them even a few cents. And the other issue I have with this guy's like, the pennies you mine with you were 1,000 in a few years. Like, that's wishful, hopeful thinking. Like, who knows if KASPA is going to 10x or 1,000x or 10,000x There's no point in knowing that. And if you think that, you're still better off just buying the coin. And I'll go over that in a bit. And this guy's like, imagine spending 2,000 on yeah, you're spending like I have not bought another GPU, and I'm not going to buy another GPU because I bought all these GPUs and they haven't paid for themselves, to be quite honest with you guys, and which is fine with me because I paid most of them off with my business income, just doing what I do. But like I was saying, I haven't paid these GPUs off with the mining, but it's okay because I paid it off with the business income that I have, that I do software development, which is not a big deal because it's an asset of the company, and I'm not really selling them either. I'll do a video on that. I don't plan to sell these GPUs because I think long term, I think I can recuperate more of the cost long term, especially if some coin actually does become profitable. And we're not talking 7 cents per day profitable. I'm talking 50 cents per day maybe, or $1 a day. The problem at 7 cents or 5 cents or 4 cents, your margin for error is so small that if your overclocks aren't 100% perfect, and because the silicon lottery can screw you over 2 or 3 cents or whatever per GPU on efficiency, and your hydro rate, and then you don't take into factor in the account of running the fans and the server case, the motherboard, everything else, you'll quickly find that you're actually not making 7 cents. It's cutting it way too damn close. That you're not making money at all. When we were mining Ethereum, coins, things are making, $1 a day, $2 a day, 50, 60 cents per day. There's margin for error. So if your rig is a little bit less efficient than it can be, for example, your fans might be drawing more, amps than, or more power than they should be, or someone else's rig, it's not going to really kill you. You're still profitable. Even if you're like 50% less profitable, you're making 50 cents per day, you're still going to be making 25 cents per day. If you're making $1 a day, you might be making 75 cents per day, or even 50 cents per day. But you're still making money per day with a large margin of error. When you're cutting it so close, like this KASPA stuff, and everyone's posting about mine KASPA, mine that, mine this, it's bullshit. And I'm not going to post videos and tell you guys to mine this just to get videos. That's why I haven't posted a lot of videos, because there's not a lot to tell you guys right now, and I'm not going to send you in one direction and another direction, because as soon as everyone jumps on KASPA, even 7 cents is nothing per GPU. So let's take an actual look here at what the actual numbers are, and they're not good at all, really. So we're talking about 960 watts to actually run this, not the 660 watts, whatever that it's reporting in the software here. We're at 960 watts. If we punch that number into what to mine here in the K heavy hash algorithm here, okay, 3933 mega hash per second, so 3,933, 960 watts total. Let's do a calculate on that, and we're gonna look up KASPA here. This is not much better than mining the other coins, to be honest with. For me, we're looking at 78 cents loss per day. Okay. 78 cents loss per day. If I put in my off-peak hours, which is around actually that's 10 cents, sorry, 10 cents, yeah, that's the US. 10 cents, we're still losing. We're not doing that well. 10 cents per kilowatt hour, 32 cents per day we're losing. We're still losing, like 32 cents per day loss, okay, times 30, $10 a month, you're just losing. Why don't you go buy that KASPA somehow, or through an exchange if you can buy it. It looks like you can do through Trade Ogre. Trade Ogre. I never really used it personally, but I'm sure you can send money there, other coins there. So if you can't buy it directly, send other coins there and trade it, or just buy it directly or whatever. But you're losing around $10 per month to mine it, and you're wasting on your GPUs. $10 a month might be worth it as a home heating cost, so maybe you can run it at a loss. If I punch in my actual numbers for my off-peak hours, which is 6 cents per kilowatt hour, we are making 63 cents per day, so we're profitable by 63 cents per day, but that's not off-peak hours all the time. Off-peak hours, for me, is basically like weekends, so 0.63 weekends, so there's like 4 weekends a month, so that's like, say, 8 days worth. So $5, I'll make $5 for the weekends, and then 0.63 times 20 divided by 2, because that's only half the day, and the other days, whatever, it's like $11, $12 a month. Maybe I'm making So it doesn't make sense to run it in the full-on, 10 cents per kilowatt hour, but I can make $6 a month, I guess, in the off hours. So, oh, sorry, $12 a month. So I guess I can make $12 a month if this is my primary heating method. So doing the math here, like I said, as long as the difficulty doesn't go up too much, I can make a little bit of money on KASPA. So I guess that's not too bad. And then I'll be converted to BTC. So I mean, even like at $12 a month, we're talking like if Bitcoin's at like 16,000 now. We're looking like say 4x, 5x in the next bull run. 5x would be, what, $60 a month? 5 times 12. $60 a month. It's still not like some amazing feat. $60 a month is not much at all. In fact, it won't even pay back the GPUs. It'll take years to pay it back, even at the peak of a bull run. If you mind, because I'm getting paid on BTC, but if you mine KASPA directly, and then you think KASPA can like literally 10x or 20x, then maybe it's possible, but not at 10 cents. Not at 10 cents at all. Let's just play with the numbers a bit. Let's say what would require profitability. Like, what's the minimum profitability? 8 cents? So with my setup, to be profitable at a 24/7 basis, $0.09? The site's so damn slow. Yeah, so we're losing 11 cents at 9 cents. So around, you need between 8 to 9 cents power with my setup. I don't think my setup's that bad. It's just got, the 2 server cases, 3 fans. They're high speed fans, high airflow fans, but still. Yeah, so I'm guessing between 8 and 9 cents, you can make a few cents per month. But you gotta ask yourself, I mean, unless you're heating your house with it, in which case you don't give a shit and you'll just do it anyways, because you need the warmth, right? And it might not even be enough to heat the whole house, which is another funny thing here. You still might be better off just buying it. So if I run mine in the off hours, like I said, I can make $12 a month. So maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll do that, because I think overall it is better than the other coins, but it's still not that good. Anyway, so results are less than good in my opinion here. They're not great at all. And in order for me to actually benefit from it, I need to run it in the off-peak hours. So I guess if you're in Canada, if you're in Ontario, and you want to run this thing, on the 3070s or 1660s, or if you have more efficient, more modern cards, like Seb did in his video there. I think he did like 3080, which is one of the worst ones actually. Then a 3070, if you have 3060s, which I also have 3060s, it might be worthwhile running on KASPA, getting paid out in BTC, if that's your jam. Anyways, guys, I kind of tried to do my best here. I didn't really plan this video or anything, and yeah, I do apologize that it's been a while since I posted a video, but I don't think there's a lot really interesting to talk about with the state of mining right now. The profits are so minuscule that like $12 a month is it's not a lot of money, to be honest with you. It's really not a lot of money, and I'm not cashing out. In fact, I haven't actually sold a single dime of anything I've mined since I started doing this about a year ago. And we're all down. The crypto market's down. The FTX crash has really bottomed out the market quite a bit, and as we know, everything's kind of just like not doing that well right now. I personally, I've turned more into an investor. I'd rather put more of the money that I put into hardware into investing into crypto versus running too many rigs, because my house, it does get cold here, but there's a point where you have too many rigs on and it's just too hot. And then if your argument is basically around, well, I want to heat my house, and you're using too much, you're going overboard. But as it stands right now, basically I am still mining with my 5 Jazz miners on Ethereum Classic. Let me pull that up to show you guys what that's all about. Damn it, where is it? Okay. It's on the Hive On pool. because there's zero pool fees. Oh, the other thing you got to factor in here, guys, is the pool fees. Sorry, the Hive OS fees. Now, I recently got like basically screwed when it comes to the Hive because I basically ran down on. Uh, so we're looking at right now. It's saying a daily cost of 20 cents per day. So, um, yeah, what is that? $2 every time. That's like $6 a month. So that's gonna like, uh, yeah, that's gonna kill my, like cut into my $12. So it'll run. There's a certain number of rigs and whatnot. Um, yeah, it's gonna dig right into your profits again on the Hive OS pool fee, or so the Hive OS fees just to run the on Hive OS. But anyways, Ethereum Classic, yeah, I got the 5 Jazz miners. They're still running. I got 4 Dogecoin miners mining Doge and Litecoin, and I have 2 KDA miners still going. I don't plan to turn those off because they're pretty profitable, even just kind of running 24/7. And they do provide a lot of heat for the house as well. So this is another reason I don't have a lot of reason to turn a lot of the other rigs on. Some of the other coins I'm mining right now is I'm still mining Neoxa because I think that's a cool coin. I think long term that has potential, just because I believe that you could mine that, in proof of game and things like that. I think if that becomes like a game coin, that'd be pretty big. The Meow coin's pretty cool too. I think that's good because it's kind of like a, almost like a, I don't know. It's almost like a valiant reason and motivation behind it. They would help animals out and things like that. There's actually a use case for it, but. Yeah, so far, if you take a look here, so far I run this, so I run this rig here, which is I think it's a 6600 XT rig, and I've mined 30,000 Meow coin, which is only worth like, it's literally worth nothing. 30,000 Meow coin right now is negligible. And to be honest with you guys, let's see. Come on, what's going on with this thing? 30,000. I don't know why that calculator's not working right now. Mining right now is, come on. Yeah, 30,000 Meow coin is $7 US. 7.79. It's not worth much at all. It's like worth jack shit basically. The only hope is that 10x's, 100x's, 1000x's or something. Maybe it'll become like a Dogecoin sibling of sorts. Doge as in the dog coin, Meow as in Meow coin. But yeah, I probably spent definitely losing money on Hydra on this one. But it's heating. It's helping heat the house, and I also have Neoxa too. I'm running Neoxa on. Shit, where is it? Neoxa on 2 miners. Yeah, so I have 6 3060s running this. And this is also running the off hours, so between 7 and 7 a.m. and weekends. And so far, total I've made is like 8,424 Neoxa, so $13. But it's also spec mining. These things could 100x, 1000x or something, or just go nowhere. Who knows in the end. And then obviously there's Flux too, but Flux is getting harder to mine right now. There's just not a lot of rewards for the Flux coin. The miner rewards have gone because difficulty is significantly higher than it ever was. In fact, all the difficulty and all the hash rates are higher across all the yellow coins than they've ever been, just because of the Ethereum merge. So all the miners are grasping on the straws and going obviously to all these other networks, and that's no. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so so I set the payout to 50 on this pool, but it's not very good right now when it comes to Flux hash rate. It's just very high. So I'm not sure. There's gonna have to be. I don't think there's more miners. There's probably significantly less miners than there was before the merge, but the issue is that they're all going to these other coins which don't have as much market cap, so there's not as much rewards. Even if you're like, for example, in Ethereum before there was like, I don't know how, like hundreds of terahash worth of hash power on that network, and the rewards you got, like the yield was very, very small. But Ethereum it was worth so much, right? So there's a lot of people on there, a lot of miners on there. Hash rate was was very high, difficulty was very high. Your yield was very small too on the Ethereum, but that small amount of yield equaled more dollars because the Ethereum coin was worth so much, right? It's like it was at $4,000 at one point. That's why it was profitable, even if your yield was crap. The value when you converted that 0.0000xx, figure into dollars was very high. We can get back to a point like that again, but what has to happen is a coin needs increased market cap, a huge market cap. We're talking what, trillions or billions? Trillions, I would think. What is so Flux right now has let me give an example of that. Flux has a market cap of 127 million. So that's all the money that was dumped into the coin. Okay, so let's say example, I have my own coin called the Upsilon coin. I have 100 coins. Now I go, okay, and I put $100 into the network, the Flux, oh sorry, the Flux, the Upsilon coin network, right? Now one Upsilon coin would be equal to $1. Okay, now if I start mining more coins, and now there's 200 coins in supply, which is the circulating supply, but there's still only $100 into there. Each coin now becomes 50 cents. Okay, now if someone else comes along, my neighbor comes along and spends $100 more. Now there's $200 total in there. That will bring the value back up, right, to $1 per coin, because it's 200 coins, 1-to-1, $200 invested total. When everyone panics and everyone sells, that's why there's more coins available for purchase. They're worth less. Supply and demand. Okay, it's just simply a supply and demand issue. If you look at Flux, for example, $127 million market cap. I really want Flux to be the next one, but Flux needs a lot more investment. It needs external money. People need to come in and start buying the living shit out of this. There's 282 million Flux to a max of 440 million at the end of mining, but people have to buy this up in order for the value to go up, just like they did with Ethereum and all the NFTs and all that stuff. So if you look right now, 127 million on Flux, and if we go over here and we look at the Ethereum, which I hate, obviously, Ethereum is 147 billion dollars is invested into Ethereum. That's why it was so profitable. There's so much more money in the system, and therefore that made each coin worth so much. That's why the coins are worth $1,200. If you went and you divided the number of coins divided by the market cap, you'll get $1,201, right? The next closest coin we have to this is Ethereum Classic, I believe, with a market cap of 2.8 billion. 2.8 versus 147 billion. So we need to like 70x on the Ethereum Classic side, and if that happens, Ethereum Classic will become much more profitable again to mine, and these jazz miners and everything mining will be worth a lot again. The equipment, the amount of value like converted to fiat per day will be higher again. But once again, we're in a recession. Bitcoin is in the shitter, crypto's in the shitter, everything's kind of down right now. But by basically having more people invest into the coin, the value will go up. The other thing is there's only so much money in the world, right? So there's X number of dollars in the world, X number of dollars in people's pockets to invest. If everyone has their money dumped into things like Ethereum, they're not going to have as much money to invest into other projects, right? So I think what needs to happen is one of these other coins, like Ethereum, needs, which is also a catch-22, needs to go belly up, hit the shitter, and everyone needs to take their money out of Ethereum and put it into Ethereum Classic instead. If everyone took their money of Ethereum and put it in Ethereum Classic today, everyone, all the investors, Ethereum Classic would jump through the roof, and then it would be profitable again as a proof-of-work coin. Downside to that is if Ethereum blows up and goes to shit, people will lose confidence in the crypto again, and they're not going to want to put their money in something, let alone called something called Ethereum Classic again. So that's kind of a little bit of, I think, from my understanding, economics 101 on what's going to give us that profitability again. KASPA, let me look at KASPA. KASPA, right now, considering it started this video on KASPA, has a market cap of 113 million. Okay, so it's much less. And there's been obviously a huge increase in the value of KASPA in the last little while, but I'm not sure what's causing it. It could have been something in the news or something, but just like everything, that's subject to go back down. And once again, there's too many miners on this, killing the difficulty and the rewards and yield, make it profitable. And for example, like make $12 a month. Once you take away the Hive OS fees and everything like that, like it's like $5-6 a month. Unless you need the heat, this is what I keep saying. The margins are too small. We're cutting it too close to the line that it's barely. It might as well not call it profitable. Which is kind of why, like, I don't want to be negative about the situation or anything. I'm just being honest and open about what this is. You might as well just buy it, become an investor in these times. Why not become an investor? If you like crypto, you like, being part of crypto, why not start investing your money into crypto instead of wasting money on electricity, or maybe just run just enough rigs, just producing just enough heat for your house that you feels comfortable, and then the rest just turn off until you find one that actually makes, a decent amount of money, which is going to be a while based off these conditions, which I just explained. You need the market capitalization to improve. That means outside investors need to come in and start scooping up the coin like crazy. And we need less people mining it. Or if the same people are going to continue mining it, if we're all going to be stubborn bastards and continue to mine this thing, then we need a coin that's mineable to just jump really high up in value again. It could be Bitcoin. Maybe Bitcoin could be, and then ASICs will go back in value. You can't mine with your GPUs. But if Bitcoin goes up, it'll lift the values of the other coins up. So we might not have profitability like we did before with Ethereum, but we might have at least reasonable profitability. Personally, I don't know if I'll ever be able to pay off these GPUs, unfortunately, and it's a sad thing to say. But once I reach a point where mining does go up, maybe the value of the hardware go up, and I can sell the hardware and make the money back. Long term, I'd like to stay mining. I'd like to continue in it, but I'm not sure what's going to happen right now. I'm just kind of like letting you guys know where my head is right now. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it there. This video's gone on way too long, but hey, it's been a while, so I thought I'd make a really big, long video, yapping my mouth off a little bit about these subjects, and maybe I'd like to hear back about what from you guys are, what you guys are up to these days. Are you guys mining KASPA? Do you have like 8 cents per kilowatt hour? Are you making some money on it? Is it worth the wear and tear? Like, is it worth the wear and tear on these cards? Because you're wearing down the thermal pads, you're wearing down, the more they're run, the fans, everything. Things need to get replaced. I have a 3060 fan that's kind of wobbling and going to hell. It's going like tick, 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 tick. It's wobbling and everything. I'm like, I'm not going to bother replacing it because it's not making any money. And quite frankly, if that fan just falls off, I just don't care because it's not running hot enough, and you only need the one fan right now on that GPU. It's fine. So I'm doing it with like this is cool stuff. I love building the GPU, the rigs. I love working with the overclocks. I love messing around with Hive and all this stuff. But it doesn't motivate me to do more than that, right? At the very minimum, I'm holding onto the GPUs because I don't want to sell them and lose a crap ton of money because I don't need the money right now. And they're business assets which I will be able to sell and recuperate at some point in the future to gamers. Or, for example, I just built a gaming PC with a 3080, 3090, and I'm trying to get some decent coin for that before Christmas. So I'm just trying some different strategies just to stay in the game, stay informed. I watch YouTube videos, other mining YouTube videos. But this KASPA thing, I don't think it's going to be the savior. The only savior we're going to have is if something jumps up in value quite a bit. It doesn't even have to be what Ethereum was before. It could just be 10% of it. But we need something more than what KASPA currently has to offer. Anyways, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.